I think without going through the PhaseZero, it would have been far more difficult. And I think sometimes you got to slow down to speed up. So NoLimit Creatives is a company that has been around for roughly 6 years, if I recall correctly. And it's one of the early players in the design as a subscription space. So our model is you pay a monthly subscription, you get an unlimited number of designs, and those designs can be video, graphics, social ads, Amazon ads, landing pages, websites, you name it. That's basically what we do. And the company was founded by Jeff Mittenbach, and several years ago, he ended up selling that, but it's been a very successful company. And we ended up actually purchasing the company late last year. And one of the things that we found was there hadn't been a lot of development or investment in the actual platform. So the platform that our users use every single day, our designers use every single day. And so we wanted to explore a relationship with Masterborn. I've used them in the past with previous businesses, and bring in their expertise to help us shore it up, essentially. Make some big investments in the stability, the security, and the functionality of the platform to allow us to take NoLimit Creatives in a new direction with new products and expand the business as rapidly as possible. So, you know, I look at the PhaseZero process it's appropriately named. It is the planning, get to know each other, understand the business model, understand the players, all the stakeholders in the company. And it's incredibly efficient way to get a huge group of individuals on the same page and get us moving in the same direction to accomplish our goals. Number one thing was the platform was on some legacy code that made it a bit difficult for us to introduce new features and new products to benefit our customers and also help us attract new customers. So that in a nutshell, that is the main thing. The second thing is in terms of the user experience, which is a huge one for us, right? So we're primarily working with people who have creative backgrounds or at the very least marketing backgrounds. Our number one product is social media ads. It's the number one design service that is requested by our customers. And so, we want to make that process as easy for them as possible. Take advantage of modern technology, modern engineering stacks to build in integrations, new features, new enhancements that really make the process of submitting things like a design brief or reviewing a design that our talented designers have created. That process of providing feedback on those designs and providing direction for revisions, if you think about it, is incredibly complex, right? It's a difficult thing to accomplish. And so we wanted to bring the engineering stack up to a modern architecture, a modern stack, and we wanted to set a foundation that allows us to be really creative and entrepreneurial in offering our customers different ways to interact with our designers. Now that I've gone through the process, the answer would be no. But at the time, I felt like, we knew what we wanted, but we didn't necessarily know how to get there. And I'm, I guess, by nature, a smidge of an impatient person. And so I just wanted to go, hey, this is what we want to do. Now let's build it. And it's not that easy, right? It's never that easy. We can to come up with a concept that we think is going to be something that's going to benefit our customers and benefit the company as a whole in terms of new sales is fairly easy, but the actual implementation of that is difficult. Well, I think it was because in my opinion, we were making some assumptions, right? We knew the general direction that we wanted to go, but again, we didn't necessarily know how we were going to get there. And, I have been fortunate enough to work with Masterborn on previous projects. And PhaseZero is, and correct me if I'm wrong here, I think PhaseZero is a relatively new thing. We went through a different process the last time I did this. And it was more of like a requirements kind of process, right? Where we're going, okay, we know what we want to do. Here's the requirements to get there. This was different. This was more like a strategy session. I would say PhaseZero is as much of a requirement setting or goal setting process as it is a strategy session. And that strategy piece ends up probably being even more helpful than going through technical details and trying to understand exactly what we're doing and how we're going to do it. Questioning the core concept and saying, okay, why do you want to do this? How are we going to do this? Those are key critical elements to formulating what our product strategy is going to be, as we go into this baseline implementation that we're doing, and then all the way through to, our 12-month roadmap. So I think without going through the PhaseZero, it would have been far more difficult. And I think sometimes you got to slow down to speed up. You've got to question these things. You have to have these conversations to get everybody on the same page. And then if you take the time to do that, implementation becomes almost effortless. And I don't mean that in terms of the time it takes to code things or to pick out a UX design, but it's just so much more smooth because we all are on the same page and we know exactly what our North Star is, what we're working towards, and what our goal is in every single project we take on. So PhaseZero is incredibly effective for that. And what I found during the PhaseZero process, and really thanks to you, Marta, was walking us through that. Why do you want to do these things? What is the data telling us? Have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? Is this something that you're basing off of your gut, or is this something that we have actual data to support? And I think that was, really, really helpful. And also, slowly bringing in different members of the Masterborn team to help us tease out new ways that we could be doing things. That was that was a fantastic process, especially the UX work that your team did was absolutely amazing. And it opened our eyes to a different way of thinking, a different way that we could solve these problems and provide more value to our customers. So, PhaseZero, at first glance, it seems like, oh, it's just sort of a discovery process, but it's much more in depth than that. I mean, it's really digging into the why, what do you want to accomplish? Why do you want to accomplish that? And then how are we going to accomplish that as a team? And I very much appreciated that. 100%. Yes. I've said this multiple times, as I have had a partnership with Masterborn in the past with a previous business, and that was a fantastic partnership. But, if I was starting a new business today, which in a lot of ways NoLimit Creatives is. It's just we are hitting the reset button on everything, making all these significant changes to the business. We just happen to have a legacy of 5-6 years. I would treat it the same way. I 100% would go through this process because it just gets everybody on the same page. It challenges your assumptions. It gives you new ways of thinking. And opens up the ideas. For me, it's like every single time we get on a call, it's a bit of a brainstorming session, right? It's like, whoa, that is a massive idea. What if a beautiful idea? What if we use it in this other way? How could that impact this other thing? So yeah, I absolutely, and I have recommended Masterborn to other entrepreneurs, other startups, and even other established businesses.